Dragon Ball Super Superhero delivers a power-up lead into 3D. Dragon Ball Super Superhero is an answer to all the fans throughout the years have been asking for more focus on characters other than Goku and Vegeta. The movie's main character this time around is Piccolo, who is tasked with bringing out Gohan's full potential in order to defeat the threat of a revived Red Ribbon Army. There's lots of fan service for longtime followers of the franchise. The movie is full of references to parts of Dragon Ball lore that don't get too much attention, such as Piccolo's fusion with Kami, previous World Martial Arts tournaments, and special moves that don't get used anymore. The heavy Piccolo focus in Superhero is a real threat. This is the most significant role he's played in the story in decades. We get to see his interactions with Pan and Gohan to show he's truly part of their family. And Odrong, Gohan's arc in this movie, Gohan has neglected his training. He realizes he needs to fulfill his potential to protect the Earth. Feels like it's been done over and over again, with no progress. The ending of the movie makes it seem like this time it will finally stick. Goku and Vegeta do appear in the movie, but only in a couple of scenes. The best part of the new Dragon Ball movies is constantly mean in the new characters, and this movie attempts to continue the tradition. Broly, Chalai, and Level Return have some great scenes with Barros and Whis. Brand new to the series are androids Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, along with their creator, Dr. Hedo, grandson of Dr. Gero. These characters are like additions to the Dragon Ball universe and make a great antagonist. However, I did feel the characters were given enough attention, especially compared to how much Broly and friends got in the previous movie. If this movie is adapted into TV episode for like Battle of Gods and Resurrection everywhere, it would be nice to see these characters flash out more. The most notable aspect of this movie is a brand new animation style. 3D animation has been used sparingly in the last couple of Dragon Ball movies, but this is the first one to be done completely in 3D. But this may be a downgrade for what we saw in Dragon Ball Super Broly, which I think is the best Dragon Ball has ever looked. The 3D animation has come a long way since we saw it used during crowd scenes in Resurrection F. Now the style is more in line with the art in the Dragon Ball FighterZ video game. In styles, it looks almost indistinguishable from 2D. The movement is smooth, and the film takes advantages of the 3D environments and create camera movements that may be much more difficult to achieve in 2D. However, the movie overall will quite cross the line into looking like a theatrical film rather than a video game cutscene. Superhero is an interesting experiment in 3D anime filmmaking, but the whole future Dragon Ball movies goes back to the big primarily 2D. Superhero is concerned not only with its own standalone narrative, but setting up the next stage of the Dragon Ball story. New transformations, a new training method for Vegeta, Pan being trained by Piccolo, and Goten and Trunks finally having to grow sport or create new leads for where the story will go next. While Dragon Ball is definitely not finished with Goku and Vegeta, but we've seen it living up to the button pass that was set up but abandoned in Dragon Ball Z's Buu Saga. Dragon Ball is full of exciting characters. Besides two main Saiyans, I think it will be a welcome direction for the series to go in. Dragon Ball Superhero is another solid addition to the Dragon Ball film franchise. The visuals don't quite live up to the heights of the previous movie, but it's still one of the better looking 3D anime out there. Some fans may roll their eyes at even more brand new transformations and have minor nitpicks about lore and retcons, but there's plenty of good fan service to balance it out. The new characters are in the deepest, but they run and fun have room to grow. If you're a die-hard Dragon Ball fan, you enjoyed this movie. Dragon Ball Superhero will be released theatrically in the US on August 19.